Hi everyone, in today's video we'll make a small project in C++ for encryption and decryption. So for this we'll be using XOR encryption technique. XOR is also known as a symmetric key algorithm because we use the same key for both encryption and decryption. So we'll be making this project on Linux operating system. So for that I have a virtual machine. Let me start my virtual machine and then I will use G++ compiler to build this project. So this is up and running. So you'll see on the right side it's booting up. So this is up. I'll minimize this from here and I will open my mobile Xtrum to access this Linux machine through command line through SSH. I'll open it from here. And then here, this is a Linux terminal. I will use Linux command to do everything. I will just create one directory and I would say encdc encryption description, and then I'll go inside it. And here I will create a file. I'll say I will use vi editor and I'll call it main.cpp. And inside this, I will start writing the program. So first I will include the header file. Let me increase the font size if I can. Using C++, so you use this one. And I will include the namespace. In the main function, sorry, I'm making some typo because the board is new, keyboard is new. Then first we will show to the user like what I want to do. I want to like something like a menu based program where I would say press 1 to encrypt a file, press 2 to decrypt a file. So we'll take a variable input, initialize it with -1 by default, and then I will use value while input is not equal to 0. 0 we will use to exit the program, and then here I will just say 1 for encrypt a file, similarly to decrypt a file, and then 0 exit. And then I will ask user enter your choice, and then I will say scene input. And on the basis of choice we will call some functions which I'll be defining it now after this. So for that I can use switch. I can also make use of if else statement, but I would prefer switch here, and switch on input. So if user presses like 1, then I will call encrypt file function and then break. Similarly, if user press 2, then I will call decrypt file function, and then if user press 2, I want to exit, so exit 0. And then if user press something else that is default case, then I will just display some message like invalid choice. Okay, and after this I want to stop, like I want to wait for user to press any key to continue, so I can make use of scene.get. This will just wait for some key to be pressed. So once this is done, okay, let's see if it is working. But before that, let me create some these functions. Void encrypt file, and similarly void decrypt file, and then I'll just put a message here for debugging, like something in encrypt file function, similarly in decrypt file function, some message. Okay, now this is good, yeah. So let me escape shift colon, I'm saving this file, and then compile it using G++ compiler. If you are not on Linux, you can use the same code in any other compiler like Dev C++, Visual Studio. It should work. And then output file should be main.exe or out, whatever you want. I hope there's no error. Oh, there's a typo. I'll go back. I'll go back to this file and input. There's a typo here at line number 21. And then I will make sure this both operators should be close together. And then while, okay, this switch should be part of while. And then I will save it again and go back and compile it one more time. And oh, sorry, line number 21 input. So it got compiled, and now run it. So it is asking now want to encrypt file. See, you can see a message, it called that function, but it is blank now, it is not doing anything. Similarly to, we'll see in decrypt file function, and if I press 0 here, it will exit. If I press something else like 4, it will say invalid choice, and then from there it will continue. And then if I press 0, it will exit. So this is a basic structure using while and switch. And I go back to the file, and let's play with this. Now I want user to enter the file name. So for that, what we'll do, void get data or get file names, something like this. And then we'll call this function because we need the file name, input file name and output file name for both, for encryption and decryption. So when user choose encryption, we have to enter input file which you want to encrypt, and one output file where we will save the decrypted data. So we'll use the case of a string here, and we'll pass by reference like input file path, and then similarly string by reference output file path, and then some key. We'll be using key to encrypt this data. That is also by single key, so we'll take by reference. And then we'll display a message, enter file to encrypt, and then this will be input file path. Similarly, enter file to save encrypted data. And this should be output file path, and we can also ask user to enter the key for the encryption, and we'll say enter key for the encryption scene key. Column display. So this is, it will take. Now for the encryption, in the encryption file function, we will declare these variables, 1 2 3 variables for input file, output file, and key, and that will be passing to take the user. if I'm not creating separate function to take this input, then I have to duplicate the code, like line number from line number 7 to 12 in both function encrypt file and decrypt file. So it's better to to reuse the code. I have put that in separate function, and that will take care of reading this input from the user. Here input file path, output file path, and then get key this, and then I will pass these to get file name function, input file path, output file path, and key I'll pass, so it will take from the user. And this is a message. I'll put one more line here. So we have these value. Now we have to read the content of input file. Okay, so for that we'll use ifstream class, and we'll say read file, and then input file path, and we'll open this in binary mode. I opened this, and then if I'll say if this file was opened successfully or not, if not, read file, and I will display a message, error while opening input file, something like this. And then from here only I will return. I don't need to continue my code. So I will use this braces, and then from here I will return. I can return some value also, but we're not doing that right now. If the file is opened successfully, then we will make sure the output file we are able to open. For that we'll use a class ofstream output file, and then I'll pass the path of this, and then again I will use this open in binary mode only. And same thing I will do here. I'll check if not output file, then I will display a message like error while opening output file, and then I will return from here on. Not return 0, just return. Now let's say now if the file is opened successfully, I will read the content of input file now. So I will take I will read one by one actually. So while input file now, read file, or I should the variable name should be input file, not read files. It looks better. Input file, and then while input file dot get, we need a character ch1 variable here. I'll declare one variable here. This will be used to read each character one by one. Now I'll be having each character one by one in this ch variable. Now what I will do, so actual encryption start here. We'll be using XOR. So to XOR key, we will do XOR between this each character and key, and then what we'll do, we'll save this in output file dot put ch. So what we'll do, it will read and encrypt, and then again save it in output file. So once we are done with this, we have to make sure that we are closing both files. So input file dot close, and similarly output file dot close. I hope there is no any compilation error. And then we will display a message. Instead of this, we can say file encrypted successfully, and then I'll delete. So let's compile this file first. Let's compile this program. I'll go back, input file path, input file path. Okay, there's a typo here. Input file path, output file path, input okay, there's a typo here, and input file path, output file path. Okay, and one more thing, I have to input the header file. So for both, for IF stream or OF stream, we need only one header file, that is FS stream, and then let's save it, compile it one more time. So read file, it should not be read file, I forgot to change it, it should be input file. Sorry, my bad, I have put a typo here. And then what was the other error? Only one error I can see. Input. Okay, there's a typo here. So it got compiled successfully. Now I will run it. So if I can show you the content of this directory, there are only two files, main.cpp and main.out. And now let me run this program since it got compiled successfully. Main.out. What I want to do, I want to encrypt a file. But before encrypting a file, let me exit and create one file. I will just say input.txt. I'll just put here hi there. This is the content of this file, hi there. Now I will run it again and we'll say encrypt. Enter the file to encrypt. I have input.txt. This is my input file. It has hi there text. And decrypt file, I will say encrypted input.txt. And key I will use here capital D. Encrypted file successfully. So if I exit this program and check the content of this directory, then I have two files, input.txt, which was already there, and now I have encrypted. So encrypted index, see the content, see it's in encrypted form, we cannot read it directly. Okay, so now we'll go and complete the code for decryption part. Encrypt file function is working fine. Now decrypt part. For the decrypt part, the logic is we have to, we have to do the XOR one more time with the same key. So we can copy those all code. This should work. I'm saving my time. This is bringing my line number. Let me set no line number. Okay, this is better, right? So this way I will not copy the line numbers. So I will copy it from here and then we'll go to decrypt function and we'll just right click. Let me see the messages. So everything is same. Input file, I'm reading the content. Output file, I'm just ordering one more time and then save. And message we can change. File decrypted successfully. I will save this and compile it one more time. I'm using arrow key. Could compile. Now, if you remember, let me show you the content of this file. So this is the file which was encrypted earlier. This is the file. It has encrypted content. Now I want to reverse it. I want to decrypt it and see the output. So I'll just run the program one more time. Encrypted input.txt. Decrypt the file, and here I will put this file name, encrypted input.txt. I'll make sure that this file is same, encrypted input.txt. This is the input file for us, and decrypt file, we just type decrypted file.txt. And the key, last time we used capital D, we'll use the same key here. File decrypted successfully. And I will exit from here and will show you the content of decrypted file.txt. If I see the content, you will see hi there, same thing. We got the same text back. So this is how you can do. This is very basic example of encryption and decryption using XOR. But this is not secure in real life scenario. We don't use this because since it's a single character, anyone can guess the character. Like they can type A to Z character and say all possible character. They can type in a loop and they can see which is decrypting the file. So this is just for learning purpose. I hope you like this video. If you like, please subscribe to my channel, like, share it with others. And in the next video, I will make uh, similar video on encryption decryption but using AES algorithm. That will be more secure and it will be more interesting. Thanks for watching.